Welcome back to Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie
Good
here.
morning.
And Jackie, one of the busiest people that anybody in the city of Des Moines knows. You're always doing something, Jackie.
How about being inspired by the guest we just had on who recently wrote a book because she has the passion to do so? I have a passion for performance, and every once in a while I'm lucky enough to fit it into my schedule, and I'm blessed when I am cast in a production. And I was graciously given the opportunity to portray Mom in a movie, now musical, that I love, which is A Christmas Story.
Which is a lot of
I'm
folks,
that
person. Their favorite Christmas movie, A Christmas Story. But now it turned into a musical, and you're the mom.
I'm the mom.
She's mom.
She doesn't even have a name. Mom. But everything that you think of the classic movie that, yes, I watched for 24 hours straight on Christmas Eve is a part of this musical, but I want to say even more heart and story is brought to the table and on the stage about this wonderful family who's just trying to have the best Christmas that any family wants to do, but obstacles get in the way, life happens, you don't have the sources or the means to maybe provide everything you want for your family. But most importantly, you learn that just being together as a family unit can be the most precious gift you can have, especially around the holidays. So I wanted to talk about this story further, one, to promote our show because I think it's fabulous, and you only have 8 more chances to see it between Thursday, tomorrow, and Monday, because we do run through the 23rd. But I wanted to bring a very special guest with us to the table this morning, Peter Dean, who was our assistant director. Good morning, Peter. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
He was an integral part because there are so many darn kids in this show, which is not easy to do around the holidays.
That's the movie, too.
You have schedules, you have life, you
Activities.
have holidays
That's right.
going on.
That's right.
But we call
schools don't stop.
And schools don't stop. Life doesn't stop, but we wanted to have an influx of incredible kids because, yes, just like the movie, you're in the school, you have the Ralphie and Randy surrounded by their peers. Talk about this process and how the kids are such an integral part of this classic story.
Well, they are, and anybody who's familiar with the story understands the role that kids play. And it's the story is about a boy named Ralphie and how he wants his Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas, and so you see the world from Ralphie's eyes, and he has friends, and he has schoolmates, and he has bullies, and so we had to find those kids that were going to play all of those roles for us, and so kids are just a part of what you think about when you think about growing up and your childhood, and so they needed to fill the spaces. They needed to have roles, but they also needed to be townspeople. And in this production, we have so many things for them to do that we really put them to work, and they have stepped up to that challenge.
What size of a cast do we have? For
so we have 28 people overall in the cast, but about 16 of them are kids.
Wow.
From 4th grade-ish through high school, and then we have some who are freshmen in college who are not quite kids, but are not really full adults yet. But but we have a number of kids that are in that 8 to 16-year-old.
Was the biggest challenge the scheduling of getting rehearsal time and things like that in?
The kids that jumped in knew kind of what they were getting into, but we did have schedules, right? Because there's band concerts and choir concerts and activities and sports and all of the other things. But we worked around that, and kids that come to the Playhouse and want to be a part of a show also understand that that's what they're signing up for. So we tried to be flexible. We tried to give days off where they needed it, but we're certainly they were really available for us to be able to use.
And as an audience member, I think there's a certain expectation when you come to see a Playhouse show that you know the professionalism and the incredible work that's happening on that stage. How do you teach someone, or what do you do over the process? Because it is a process. It's about a 3-month commitment, 2 months of rehearsing and about a month of performances. Because we do have, as you said, as young as 8 to some people who have never been on the Playhouse main stage before. Talk about that so that audiences know when they come, they are seeing a professional show.
They are, and one of the great things about the Playhouse is it's always an educational experience. And so when we come in, we also take a look at, we have kids that have been on stage before, have had leading roles before, and get it, and they know the lingo and they know the layout of the Playhouse. And then we have kids who have only done a school show, right? And this is their first venture into something that's bigger. And so we sit down and we level set and we say, okay, let's start with a tour, right? So when we say, hey, we're going to meet in the green room, where the heck's the green room? What the heck's a green room?
What is it?
Right? You know,
Yeah. You really have kids that are to that level.
Absolutely.
They don't know what a green room is.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's just because it's their first time in it, right? They know they want to be a part of a show. They can sing. They want to dance. But we teach them along the way, what does it mean to be a part of the theater? What's it mean to be a cast member? And what's it mean to uphold the story and tell that story and to really be a part of a team that is telling the story that's bigger than just yourself.
It has to be inspiring to you too, with the kids that are coming up saying this is the next generation.
I absolutely love it, and it's one of my favorite things to do at the Playhouse, and why I love it so much is because those Playhouse kids, right, are the next generation that we'll see on the high school stages or on the main stage or wherever they decide to go, and someday you may see them on Broadway, and if not, you at least know that's a network of kids who have found their people and found their community. And have grown through the process as well.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the friendships and what happens not only on stage but off stage, and it's just a fantastic show with all the classic moments that you expect from the movie, with a leg lamp and a bunny suit and the Red Ryder BB gun and everything like that. But there's some other aspects that can be a little different as well, especially with the mom. She's a little bit bigger of a role that we'll be talking about. But Peter, let's remind everybody when these final performances are.
Because we said 8 shows left.
We have 8 shows left. Okay. So we have Thursday night, Friday night. We have 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and 2 on Monday. And tickets are selling well. It's that last push before the holidays, and people want to get in the Christmas spirit.
All right, perfect. And the show on Monday. What time is the show on Monday?
1 and 5 on Monday.
1 and 5 on Monday. So a couple of opportunities to get it for the last couple of shows.
That's right.
That is perfect. So without further ado, folks, we talked about the fact that Jackie is involved in this production. Jackie, the stage is all yours. We want to give people a sample of what they can hear this week.
A very difficult role. I have to play a mom. I'm going to be a compassionate human being. So just to give you a little bit of a lead-in of what this song is all about, leading into, if you remember in the movie when Mom tries to get Randy to eat, you know, she's making him wink like a pig so he'll finally eat his dinner. It's kind of leading into that and all the things moms have to do, whether you're talking about back in the 1940s when they wore an apron and heels and did the housework and got dinner ready, or even today when we are just busy people, but we still try to make that perfect thing happen every single day, and especially around the holidays. So this is what a mother does. New stains on the rug, stray socks on the stairs, and piles of papers appearing right out of thin air. But the sheets have been washed, the pants have been pressed, the floors have been scrubbed like a woman possessed, and we're steady, we're stable, a meal on the table each evening because that's what a mother does. Sit down to stand up, you're back on your feet. Serve seconds and thirds while you still got a boy who won't eat. But a mom has her way. A mom knows her kid. She'll get him to eat without knowing he did. It's just one of her talents. She keeps life in balance amid all the buzz. That's what a mother does. One thing down, a million more you've missed. The plates, the pans, keep crossing off the list. Homework, PJs, get the kids to bed. Choose a Christmas story to be read. Yes, Christmas is here. There's so much to do. A house to look festive, a family that's counting on you. From tinsel to buy and stockings to stuff, to make them forget that the times have been tough. You're a mom on a mission to keep up tradition. Cookies and carols and laughter in barrels till you hear them say, you've made Christmas Day the
Jackie, smell it!
Made it.
You did it!
Made it through.
This is what you could hear. This is what you experience for yourself. And tomorrow, first time, and, believe it or not, tomorrow through Monday, Jackie, 8 shows left. Right?
8 shows left. dmplayhouse.com. If you want more tickets, or you can always call them online, 515-277-6261. But here, as you can hear on Iowa Live this morning, if we want to help you out on the holidays and give you a gift as well, if you use code Red Rider, you are going to save 20% off your ticket. Any performance. So Red Rider, all one word, uppercase if you're using it online. Otherwise, just let them know at the box office you would like to use that code and they will honor it. So that's our Christmas gift to you this morning, to please come out. We want to pack the houses of our final performances of A Christmas Story, the musical. So Peter, thank you for all of your hard work and everything you've done for this production. It is fabulous, and the kids steal the show, all courtesy of the amazing work of the team and staff behind the scenes that don't always get the credit that they deserve. So come out and see A Christmas Story Thursday through Monday at the Des Moines
All right,
Playhouse.
Peter, can you say ho, ho, ho?
Ho, ho, ho.
See?
Yeah, perfect.
The big man in red. Love this guy.
We'll be right back.